I'm with Coach Dave Miller, head coach of the Kettering Fairmont Firebirds. And, Coach, we are ready for Week 8. And, again, your competition doesn't get any easier.
Nope.
But I have to start with the game-winning touchdown. Was that play something you called for, or how did it develop?
Well, yeah, based on circumstances. It's one of those things at the end of the game. It's pretty chaotic down there. And so we had actually another play called, and we got the penalty. So long story short, it kind of evolved as time went on because we got the penalty that kind of took us out of a situation where we were going to run something else. And, it was something we just 4th and 10. It had worked earlier, and they were coming up on our pitch, so we thought we'd try it. And sure enough, Brock and line gave Brock a lot of time, and Brock found Owen, and that was big. So
Owen Olsen hasn't figured in the offense until Friday night. What led to his effectiveness?
That's been coming. Really, I think if you go back to the Springboro game and you watch before he gets hurt, he had a couple runs there that were pretty significant in getting us into a scoring position. I think we got our first field goal there, but he ended up getting hurt. So he was out a week, and he's been progressively getting better. He's a good running back. Really does a lot of things for us. So. We didn't really have him against Springfield. And I think he would have played a big factor up there too. So it was his first week back, from injury, and he did a really good job for us all night. The loss of Asa Dunleavy was huge. We lost him the last play, against Springfield, but we're rotating some guys in there, and they're getting better. And Owen's been solid all year, so it's good to see him, come out there in the clutch and do some things that. He's been capable of, so it was pretty cool.
Were you surprised that Brock Baker had more effectiveness running the ball than Drew?
No, because I think they were designed to stop Drew. So, if you come in and you try to do that in our offense, it gives you other things. So, Brock's done a good job, really, all year running the football. So, Drew did not have he had a lot of carries, but not a lot of yardage. And they really focused on him. So other things are going to start opening up. That's kind of the nature of our offense, and hopefully you can't take away everything. So that's kind of our MO. So
defensively, holding an explosive team like Miamisburg to 200 yards and less than 100 yards passing. What does that say about the defensive line and the secondary?
Well, they've done a good job all year. We have a good defense. We're a little banged up right now. That's a concern. But like I said, Coach McDonald and our defensive coaches do a great job getting those guys ready. And our kids, buy into what we're doing, and they execute it. And you're right. Miamisburg was averaging, I think, 27 points a game, or maybe more, coming into our game. So for us to hold them to 7, after half, they kind of gouged us, and that's a concern. We talked about it. And even, that last series, they're coming down, and we end up getting a stop on 4th down, which is absolutely huge, and we get a 10-minute drive out of it. So they've done a great job. They're continuing to get better, and we know we got to get better this week because we have a big one. So.
And specifically, McGowan, only 3 catches. What was the key to containing him?
It just the nature of how we do. We don't. A lot of our teams in our conference play man coverage, and. I think he's kind of more suited for that. We're more zone, so it makes it a little harder to get those big plays, in theory. And we've done a pretty good job of that so far. But, I don't know. We didn't necessarily – we knew where he was, so I shouldn't say that, he's such a weapon that you have to know. But I just think we did a good job overall just sticking to our game plan and making them earn it. Like I said, other than that, coming out of the half, that was kind of not what we wanted to see. But outside of that, we did a good job on defense.
On this game, another interception by Cameron Payne. Seems like he has a nose for the ball.
He does. He's a good corner, really good athlete, and just progressively getting better each week. So that's great to see, and Dawson Cahill had another one, and so they're starting to get it back there in the secondary, and this is the perfect time of year to see that happen. So that was great.
Okay, and from my non-professional watching the Springfield game,
Yeah.
and then thinking ahead to Centerville, it seems like Springfield was just hurting themselves with penalty after penalty after penalty. And then, was it last week? I think Centerville had quite a few penalties.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't I focus pretty much on what we're getting ready to face, and so I don't know. If they did, then
The other team having penalties doesn't hurt you any. Anyway.
That helps a lot. Yeah. So as long as we're not the ones doing it, so.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for taking the time to speak to me today, and good luck on Friday night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm with Coach Roosevelt Mukes. He's the head coach of the Wayne Warriors, and they and Fairmont are going to take to the gridiron this Friday right here at Wayne High School. Coach, we have to start with last week's domination of Northmont, outgaining them by more than 300 yards. After reviewing the film, what were you most impressed with, the offense or the defense?
Honestly, it's a team effort. You know what I mean? We talk about three phases: offense, defense, and special teams. And I think all three phases we played pretty good. I mean, there's still some things we need to clean up. So I'm just happy that the way they performed as a whole. And I'm not going to single out the offense or the defense, but just how the team played together.
On to some individual performers, even though you said you weren't going to. I'm going to see if I can press you on that. First of all, quarterback Tyrell Lewis, only a sophomore and already thrown more than 1,500 yards. Can you elaborate on the development in the passing game with him?
Just continuing to get better. You know, he's a person that wants to be good, so he's been working at it and continuing to get better each and every week. So that's something that we're excited about, and he has a bright future.
He unleashed a 100-yard running game last week. Is that by design?
Just some things that our coaches saw that, you know, maybe he could take advantage of, and that's what we tried to do.
Your senior running back Williams, consistent all season. What makes him so effective?
He just does a great job and you know, runs hard. I think he had been chomping at the bit a little bit to get into this position. You know, he kind of waited and was on the defensive side last year because he was too athletic and too valuable to just be standing on the sidelines with all the running backs that we had last year. So I think he's just making the most of his opportunities and doing an outstanding job.
It has to be a pleasure to coach your son RJ at the wideout spot with 500-plus yard games. What are his strengths leading to his success?
I mean, I'm a little biased, but he has a tremendous work ethic. You know, he's the type of person that if he drops one, then he'll stay after practice and catch 100. So that's something that has been instilled in him and something that he continues to do. And that work ethic is what's helping him be successful now.
On defense, lineman Javion Hammonds, already 8.5 sacks. What leads to his effectiveness?
His coaches are doing a great job of coaching him up, and he's being receptive to it and just doing what the coaches ask him to do, and he's having a good year thus far. So the good thing for us is he's only a junior, so he gets to just continue to keep building and keep getting better. You know, we talk to all our kids each and every week just about stacking days and trying to get better each and every day. So that's what he's doing.
Okay, as for Fairmont, you have their number with a series of close wins. You know they will try to play keep away and shorten the game. How do you try to stop Brock and Drew Baker and get the tempo fast as you wish?
I mean, we just have to control what we can control, you know, just trying to make the most of our opportunities. They're a well-coached team, well-disciplined, and they're going to play hard. So we look forward to the challenge and know that sometimes, yes, people like to keep the ball away from us, but we embrace the challenge and just look forward to it.
And one other question, Coach, now we're coming up to week 7 of the season. How are you injury-wise? Are you holding up okay?
We're doing just fine. Yeah, we're doing just fine. So, you know, I can't reveal all that to you anyway.
Right.
But yeah, this is week 8, so the season is flying by, but it's been a blessing.
All right, Coach. Well, yes, I said week 7, and I'm behind a bit. So, but thank you very much for taking the time to me, and I'll let you get back to what you do best, which is coaching your team.
Thank you. I appreciate you.